Habari beautiful people, welcome back to another episode of Pages of My Diary. I hope you've interacted with my previous video. If not, click the link and get to watch the previous video. It's making a lot of rounds, especially on TikTok and Facebook. So kama hujapatana nayo, ama umepatana nayo, imagine it's me, ni mimi. That video is me. Yeah, so I have my first guest for the season 2. So if you've not subscribed, please subscribe so that I can bring more guests in my channel. Welcome, my dear guests. These ones do not know you. Tell them who you are.
Hi, habari zenyu. I hope mko salama. Ni mimi tu. Kwa majina ni Ndege Oduor, and today I'm here courtesy of Edna. I hope we get to write a page in this diary and see where it leads us. Probably it's 3 pages, 10 pages. Ama ni zile unamkanga tu umechoka and then you're like, I'm going to offload. So let's do this.
Yes. Late I've been thinking about who I was when I was younger. You know, when you get into another half of some years, I won't say which years, there's some age you now start approaching. You're like, you now start thinking about when you ulikuwa ukiwa mdogo, how you grew up, and what you'd like your younger self to learn from who you are today, and all that. So I was thinking about my younger self, na venye nilikuwa loud when I was younger, and I was carefree, sikuwa najali what people, I didn't really care about people's opinions, not as I do now. And I was thinking of how life has changed, and for me, how I would like to get back to my younger self. You know that, I don't want to say 10-year-old, because there are some, I don't know if it happens to you, but there are some ages I don't recall. Like maybe six years and below, I can't recall.
Somewhere in between.
But at least my teen years, I can remember when I was in primary school. And I used to be a very confident girl. And self-esteem ilikuwa juu. And people used to admire me, and most of them come to see me now and they're like, Kwani, what happened? I mean, I think I'm confident, but things change. I don't know if this applies to you. Are you confident when you were younger?
I think I was mostly loud. I was a very cheerful kid growing up. And the days that I can remember, I think one of the blessings that nilipata kama mtoi ni kulelewa ushago. So for most of my teen and transitioning age, I learned the aspect of community and what it really means to belong. And wale wase nilikuwa now around me were very empowering, because they're the people who will remind you that, hey, tunakuona, tunakusikiza, na tunakufeel. So every other time, I didn't hesitate like coming forward and being like, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm seeing. And I think that shaped me to be an adult that was wholesome in a way, so that I knew how to interact with people. Because one of the superpowers you can have as an adult ni kujua kuingiana na wase. Like you come to a setup and you bring life to it. Unanga ile stress ya, manze sasa nitaongelesha umse aje. Because his skills, people think they're very minute, but they're very critical and crucial. Utaingia place alafu unataka kufanyiwa kitu, but because uwezi bonga na wase ama like uwezi express, MC anasema hai hapana siwezi kusaidia. Kuna ile utapata umeingia mahali, it's late, it's past hours, alafu unapata the security officer, the art of you just saying hi to them and being like, hey, I wanted help with ABCD, najua kumechelewa, but hii staff ni agent kwangu juu hii na hii. They'll tell you like, hey, utaingia leo but next time kujali. Unaona? But kama wewe ni ule mse utakuja uambiwe usikie wezi alafu utatembea uende. It's different, right? Yeah,
it's funny you mentioned that. Yesterday I went to the hospital, and when I got there, the doctor was nikaambia ati nikwenda naenda. I'm like, I'm very sick, I need to see the doctor. Niambia hata kama nitaongeza bei. Ako like hapana, he's leaving, you cannot go to see him. And there was only one other person before me, and the secretary or the receptionist there alikuwa ananiambia panda usikae, enda. Nikamwambia mimi siendi, I will ask him what I want to ask him. Akitoka, he will give me prescription before he leaves. And immediately the doctor came out, and kutoka hata amebeba bags. Ako like, no, I'm not seeing anyone else. I'm like, I don't want you to see me, I just want you to tell me what is wrong with me and give me medicine. Like, see ni kuniona. Nikamwambia hapana. And he actually gave me prescription, and I'm so happy about that. And I think I'm jealous of you because at least you got to have that supportive environment and community. I can't say the same for myself. I think I've built myself from scratch, even the confidence, because most of maybe my background, people didn't really used to speak out about something. They'll be reserved because they're like, I don't think you should say that. So I went to boarding school when I was in class 4. So I had to create a whole other environment for myself when I'm there. So what I was in school and what I was at home was very different.
Very different.
Now I'm at home, I'm very silent. But when I'm in school, I speak, I sing, I dance. I remember there used to be talent shows. Oh my God, primary school talent shows were something else. And people used to know that Eden will just perform. Hata ajui ni anataka kufanya lakini ataenda afanye. And sometimes I think about it, I'm like, that's so cringe. Why would I do something? I don't even like it when people bring stuff out. Yeah, they tell me those things that I used to. Do you feel like you envision who you are when you were younger, or you're something different?
If I've lived the person I wanted to be when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, walikuwa natulizanga, when you grow up, what do you want to be? Tungeapa hapo useme, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this and that. Yeah. I think for me, I've lived out that dream, though not fully. I'm still in the journey of discovering. Because again, ili tufike a place ya kusema to self-actualize, lazima to embody identity. Yeah. Because all these things are anchored on identity. And identity inakuanga product here, hey, where you are from, that's one. And two, what have you been exposed to? You cannot rise above the level of exposure. So kama hujafika place fulani, ukaona the possibilities that exist in the world that we live in, then kuna vitu huwezi sema unaweza achieve at some point. So you must push yourself kutoka comfort zone yenye uko. Like, mimi naona nishafika hii place, nilikuwa nataka kupata probably ganji fulani at this time, then niko tu sawa. Hapana, we must move from that place, be like, hey, what is the possibility that yenye na exist tuko nje yenye mimi kama a person naweza ingia into. Then from that possibility, you're able to say, sawa sawa, so nimeona iko possible, in place yenye niko. So what do I do between where I am and where I want to be? How do I bridge this gap? So over time, I think for me, that is what I'm working on at the moment. Just being able to know, hey, this is where I want it to be. This is where I am. This is the space that I'm left with. So how do I cover this gap? And how do I get this distance going? Yeah.
Do I think I've lived up to what I wanted to be, or who I envisioned myself to be? Partly, yes. Partly, no. I think now is when I'm trying to also get back to that path. I'm like, you're almost there, but you're on the sidelines. So now, kuja kidogo, go to the path and now get to see or to dream again. Yeah, to the dreams that I had back then. I had crazy ones, but yeah, I thought I'd do a lot of things that I'm not currently doing, but at least I'm somewhere. I'm halfway there. I'd like maybe personally, to add that personal touch. If you were seated here with maybe you're younger, which age would you like to talk to?
I think my teenhood.
Yes. Let's say 16. Can you say 16 or 18?
Yeah, probably 16.
Yes.
No, 18, I think I'd started seeing the world a bit more. So
15,
16
14.
was dumb.
16 was still oh my God. So,
16, 15, thereabouts.
So maybe you're seated. Maybe this is your 16-year-old. What would you like to tell him?
I think if I was speaking or talking to the 16-year-old Ndege, what I'll tell him will be, hey, the possibilities that exist to Kwenze are a product of the limitation of your mind. So I think I'll tell that Ndege to be able to imagine more, just live in the imaginations and live the realities of the present day. Kuna ile part yenye tunasemanga that sometimes you confine your imagination to only that which you know. You don't want to take this perspective of the others who have been out there. So I think I'd explore more and I'd just go out more, like meet new people. The more you meet people, the more you learn and the more you get to see the world and then read more. Because they say that those who read are able to live 1,000 lives, even if they've not lived that life. So they live through the writers, they live through the places and all that. But if you don't read, if you don't study, man, you're so dead, because hakuna venye utawaishi. Wewe utakuanga tu unajua Katonzweni na hiyo kona ya kweni. Hiyo like hiyo route wenye upiga. But when you study, when you read, it opens your mind to the possibilities ya zile places ama zile vitu zenye ziko huko nje. So I think that's what I'll tell my 16-year-old self. Imagine more, read more, expand your mind, interact with people more. Yeah.
Okay. For me, to my 16-year-old self, I think that is high school. I'd tell her that continue dreaming. Never let go of the dream that you have. That life you want to create for yourself, you can create it. Believe in yourself more. You see those voices and noises that are around you, they are not going to end. They'll actually get louder. So don't listen to them. Listen to your own voice and make sure that each and every time your voice is louder than the other voices surrounding you.
Sure.
And be happy. Don't let anyone take away your happiness. It's not worth it.
Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, just be happy. And you see, even those downfalls and setbacks that you're going to experience, don't let them define you. You're more than those setbacks. And you got this. And you see all those things you thought that you late 20s you'll be doing, some you've not. But you're going to do them maybe. Erase those timelines you had, erase the timelines and just live and enjoy your teenhood. Yeah.
One day at a time.
Yes.
One day at a time.
Yeah. But after high school is when things really changed for me, even physically, and I got to be someone else that I had not prepared myself for. So I think that affected, it took me back when it comes to confidence. But I'm getting there because I've realized, you see those voices, those noises, they actually get louder with time. And I think when we talk with someone older, they'll be like, now they get silent. No, pole, people now stop caring about.
The older you get, the more you like, hey, you just gotta live life.
Yeah, this is just it. Like, there's nothing else away from this. Yeah, but I hope our 16, I don't know if there's a realm somewhere where our 16-year-olds, do you believe in such things?
Yeah, our 16-year-olds still lives. It's just a progression.
Yeah.
It's like our years are compounding, but that 16-year-old still lives in you somehow.
Yes.
That 1-year-old still exists in you.
Maybe one last thing to tell my dear viewers and subscribers before we end the video.
Every single waking moment, every single day is a new page on your diary. So as you pen something on it, choose consciously, choose wisely. What is it you put in there? Because that defines the book that you'll write, the book of your life. So keep journaling, keep writing, and keep paging. Thank you.
I think I should be using that as my address. Very nice. Yes, what I'd like to tell you as I end, I recently came across a quote, not a quote, but a title of a book, and it says, you're about to die and you've not started living yet. So think about it. You're closer to death than you are to birth. And you've not yet started living life. You're still thinking about what people will say.
What will people say?
Yeah, about something and anything and everything that you're thinking about. So you live in the concept of others rather than living in your own reality and living your life.
Sure.
Yes. So thank you so much, Ndege, for coming to my
for
channel.
having me.
Yes, my first ever channel, my first ever guest in this season 2. So we are happy, we're progressing.
Yay, progress, yay.
Yeah, so as always remember to stay true to yourself and love yourself. And I will catch you next in the next episode of Pages of My Diary. Kwaheri.
Kwaheri, bye-bye.